Good morning, class 6. Please open up to page number 28. In the previous video, we learnt about the four spheres or the four Earth system and its four major subsystems, which are also known as spheres. We learnt about we touched upon the biosphere, the lithosphere and atmosphere. Now in this chapter we are dealing with hydrosphere, that is the all water which is found on, under and over the earth. Now previously we learnt about the oceans, how 3/4 of the earth is covered by water, which is saline, and geographically divided into 5 specific oceans. Now we learnt about the Pacific Ocean, the largest, then the Atlantic Ocean, that is the second largest, the Indian Ocean, the third largest, and the only ocean which is named after a country. And then we learnt about the Arctic Ocean, which is frozen throughout the earth as it surrounds the North Pole. Then the Southern Ocean, which is also called the Antarctic Ocean, and as the name goes by, it is at the South Pole. We also learnt about the importance of oceans. So today we are going to learn about the seas. First of all, what is the difference between a sea and an ocean? A sea is please pick up your pencils. A sea is a smaller and shallower version of oceans that has access to the landmass. Where oceans are concerned, children, they are bigger, huge water body as compared to the sea, deeper also. Now, one particular feature which differentiates an ocean from a sea is that there is always a sea always has an axis. It is located close to a landmass. Now, we all know that all rivers, they drain out into lakes, ponds, oceans or seas. So please underline, a sea is a smaller and shallower version of oceans that has access to the landmass. The rivers from the landmass drain its silt, salt and sand into the seas through their mouths. Most of the seas are encircled with landmass, at least from one side, which keep them salty. So this is one reason why most of the seas are salty. Now a sea can be divided into two categories, the open seas and inland seas. Please underline that. Now underline, let us see what is the main difference between them, between an open sea and an inland sea. The open seas are linked to the large part of the oceans and its water gets mixed up with the ocean water. Thus the salinity of the open seas maintains a balance. Please underline that. And you need to know at least 2 examples. So Arabian Sea of Indian Ocean, Mediterranean Sea, North Sea and Caribbean Sea of the Atlantic Ocean and Yellow Sea. Of the Atlantic Ocean and Yellow Sea, East China Sea, Sea of Japan and Bering Sea of Pacific Ocean are some of the famous open seas of the world. So please, this is very important. Now let us see what are inland sea. What is an inland sea? Underline, the inland sea is the saline or freshwater body engulfed with landmass, that is covered, formed by the process of marine transgression. If you will turn the page to page number 32, then you will see marine transgression is that seawater fills the submerged shoreline, which becomes higher. So it is a saline or a freshwater body. It can both be saline, salty, or it can be freshwater. Now the Caspian Sea, the Black Sea and the Aral Sea, the Red Sea and the Dead Sea are some good examples of inland sea. Now see children, I am going to go down to Mediterranean Sea, but do not concentrate on that. I want to show you the picture of the Black Sea. It is an example of the inland sea. See how it is closed from all sides. Now the Caspian Sea, the Black Sea, the Aral Sea, the Red Sea and the Dead Sea are some good examples of inland sea. Underline all that. It has no access to the ocean. It is closed from all sides. Therefore, the percentage of salinity remains very high in the inland seas, as it is not draining out into any of the oceans. Now let us look at Mediterranean Sea. The Mediterranean Sea, underline, is a part of the Atlantic Ocean almost enclosed by the land masses of Europe in its north. In the meantime, I'll show you the map also. You can also see, children, that it is enclosed by the land masses of Europe in its north, see on top, Asia in its east, to your left you see, to your right, and Africa in its south. Can you see over there? It is marked clearly. Through the Strait of Gibraltar, can you see that, children, over here? It is connected to the Atlantic Ocean in its west. You can make out the Atlantic Ocean also over here. It is bordered by almost 20 countries. If you will look at the political map of this region, then you will be able to count down the countries and find out their names and see which all countries border the Mediterranean Sea. It is bordered by almost 20 countries of Eurasia and Africa. Famous civilizations like the Mesopotamian, Greek and Roman had flourished based on the sea route of Mediterranean. The pleasant climate and modern philosophy are the two key factors that help the region around Mediterranean flourish. So entire thing is important. Please underline that. Now coming to Bering Sea. There is no particular map given of Bering Sea as such. But if you will turn back again to page 31 and look at the map over there, you can clearly see, I'll just put my finger over there, the Bering Sea straight clearly marked over there. Now coming back to page number 28. It is a northern extension of the Pacific Ocean. It is located between two large continental land masses of Asia and North America. Underline that. It is bordered by Siberia and the Kamchatka Peninsula of Russia in the north and northwest, by the Aleutian Islands in the south, and by Alaska in the east. So it is also important. Please underline. It connects with the Arctic Ocean in the north through a narrow neck of water called as Bering Strait. It is one of the best commercial fishing grounds in the world. Now why, children? Because lot of plankton is found over here. So you know plankton is popular with the fishes. I mean plankton is a popular food with the fish. Now coming to Caribbean Sea. It is a sea of the Atlantic Ocean near the Central American Peninsula. Can you look at the map over there? Caribbean Sea, it is clearly marked over there. It is a tropical sea, as the Tropic of Cancer runs through this region. It is surrounding the archipelago of Caribbean Islands, which is a group of islands popularly known as West Indies. Underline all that. It is one of the largest seas in the world with many inlets in the forms of gulfs and bays. When we are talking about inlets, then we are talking about the seawater coming into the shoreline because of some depression. The Mesoamerican Barrier Reef, the second largest of its kind, is running under the Caribbean Sea. The other is the Great Australian Barrier Reef. Now coming to North Sea. It is a sea of the North Atlantic Ocean. It is surrounded by the British Isles, Norway, Denmark, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium and a small part of northern France from the mainland of Europe. It is one of the most important fishing grounds of the world. It plays an important role in linking the North Atlantic to its southwest part through the English Channel. So, this is the English Channel which connects the British United Kingdom to France. Now let us look at the Caspian Sea. It is the largest. Caspian Sea is also known as the largest lake of the world, formed due to plate tectonic movement. Earlier when we had learnt about earthquakes, children, I told you how the tectonic plates, what is the movement of the tectonic plates. So let us not go into that once again. Now the saline water, underline that. The saline water is believed to be trapped part of the original water of the Tethys Sea. It is too extensive and thus rightly termed as a sea. Therefore, This is why people do not refer to it as a lake but as a sea, because it is too vast. It marks the geographical boundary between Europe and Asia. See, can you see, children, over there? It is surrounded by Kazakhstan in the northeast. Look at the map carefully. Kazakhstan in the northeast, Turkmenistan in the southeast, Russia in the northwest, Azerbaijan in its west, and Iran in its south. The river Volga and river Ural pour large amount of fresh water to this lake. So the rivers are not have not been marked over here, but when we meet, we'll take up a world map then and we will go through it. Now the next is Black Sea, Aral Sea and the Arabian, and the Red Sea, Dead Sea, which we will take on in the later video. For as of now, children, I want you to go through what the differences between the ocean and the sea, what is an open sea, what do you understand by inland sea, and the 5 seas that we have learnt about today: the Mediterranean Sea, the Bering Sea, the Caribbean Sea, North Sea, and the Caspian Sea. Any problem which you have not understood, we'll take it up again when the school reopens. Thank you.